Don't even bother breathing. Lean on the inside. You're suffocating. You know this is the end. You're praying for a new life. You're suffocating. You know you'll never mend.
Good afternoon, folks, and welcome here to the Ricky Bobby 100, brought to you by NC811 Dig, or presented by NC811 Dig. This is the Full Throttle Next Generation Cup Series, as you currently ride on board with David Salter, who just finished his second hot lap, currently sitting 6 out of the guys that have qualified. Right now, 20 have qualified, and currently Robbie Bice, Stoney Benfield on the front row. Excuse me, I must have been on local mode. That's my bad, Chris. There we go. We're on Robbie Bice, correct? Sorry about that, folks. But yeah, as we're getting rolling into the Superspeedway race here at Talladega, Chris, you're a multiple-time winner here. Know what it takes to get it done here at the High Bank Superspeedway of Talladega. Tell the folks what it's going to be like, not only here early in the race, but coming to the last part of the last portion of the race. How intense it does seem to get out there on those tracks.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you have to take this track in stride. A lot of the moves can be made late in the race. You don't have to get up to the front of the field right off the bat. It is nice to get up there in that clean air, but honestly, you don't have to be up front for the first part of the race. It's 100 laps, so you got a long way to go. You don't want to start making those moves till about 75, 80 in, so you got about 20 laps to go. Then that's where you want to decide, when you want to set up the moves. So it's all going to come down to patience with these guys tonight.
Patience indeed. You're going to see a lot of drivers, maybe overstep those boundaries. That's where those big ones do proceed to come into the race, and that's where you seem to get those cautions and whatever, blah blah blah. So you can never tell what's going to happen here at Talladega. But other than that, Chris, I'm very excited to get this race going, and we got about 20 seconds left to qualify before we get the grid going up here, as NC811 Dig is going to bring you the Ricky Bobby 100. I almost said Robbie Bice 100. The Ricky Bobby 100 at Talladega Superspeedway, and this is going to be a good race, as qualifying is about to end now, and we are getting into our grid session to let these drivers get gridded up as we get ready to go here in Talladega, Alabama. As you're going to see the first drivers start to take their way out onto the grid, as it is going to be a good race here, fast race, and man, you're going to see a lot of bumping, a lot of beating, and a lot of big runs here today, and expecting a lot of big things from these guys. Really not sure who to put my choice on, who could possibly take this race. There's so many guys in the field right now that could win here tonight. But we're going to go ahead and hop on board here, and you see Robbie Bice, 28 Javelin Texaco Ford Mustang, going to be sitting on the pole here. Robbie Bice doing a good job here, getting himself up here on the pole, as he is making that 28 Javelin car do what it does best, and that is sitting up here in the front row on a super speedway, especially a track like Talladega. So, league owner right there, got the full throttle suit on. Robbie Bice, call before you dig. 811 on the banner. Shout out to NC811 Dig. He is going to be sitting on that pole position as we're waiting for Josh Carver, your outside pole, for just a moment. Going to wait on him as we're going to see if he does spawn up in here in just a moment. Well, we'll go ahead and get your grid going. Here is Josh Carver. We'll be sitting on that outside pole here as you go back to that second row. That 38 Patrick Ginter, that M&M's machine, he is going to be sitting here at P3. Hopefully he doesn't get no 2002 EA Sports 500. And sitting here in the 811 Dig car here tonight, it's going to be that 75 Stoney Benfield. Good qualifying position from him. He's going to be sitting P4 in that second row. Go back to the third row here. It's going to be the man, Stan Mayberry, sitting here in that fifth place position. That number 68 machine going to be rounded out in that third row by the 84 right here. Casey Collenbach going to be sitting sixth place. It's going to be Shane Weldon Sr. in that seventh place position with Ed DeBauer in that eighth. Jimmy Green in ninth with Logan Rhodes rounding out your top 10. As we go through the rest of your field here, it's going to be Josh Abbey in that 12th spot with David Salter in 13th. And it's going to be Bradley Wilson, Clayton Kincart in that 13th position with Joshua Abbey 14th. Then it's going to be James Morgan in 15th with Bradley Wilson 16th. Bryant Seaborn 16th with or no, it's going to be Bradley Wilson 16th with Bryant Seaborn 17th, Nick Cannon 18th, Jonathan Coombs 19th, Dan Gallant 20th, Matthew Fitz 21st, 22nd going to go to Austin Rhodes with Chad Hitchcock taking 23rd, Charles Gurick 23rd, Brian Chu 25th, AJ Green at 26th, and rounding out your field here tonight, it's going to be that non-machine of Colin Forrester. So we've got to go. The 48 already in the wall. What the heck just happened?
Looks like AJ Green and that non-machine just got mixed up there. Colin Forrester and that 48 machine. Not really sure what just happened. See if we can go back and see what happened here. Looks like he was warming up that outside lane. Whoa, and it just got out from under him.
Oh, man.
You see the 18 there, Brian Chu getting into it, going down into the wall. That's unfortunate. Oh, we haven't even gotten going yet. They do have the vehicles up to speed, though. AJ Green having a little bit of a hiccup there on that start off, just having to warm up those tires and getting loose up on that high bank.
Looks like we're just gonna take the green flag and we're gonna hit the caution. Again, it's not letting them delay the caution at the moment, so we're just gonna hold like pace speed right here. Wait for everybody to cross the line so nobody goes a lap down. There's the caution. All right. So just redelay on the start here. Do apologize about that.
Yeah, having that little bit of an incident. Just going to go ahead and get everybody a chance to come down pit lane. You know, Brian Chu and AJ Green, those drivers that did get a little bit of damage there on that car. Just go ahead and get them, just a little bit of a damage repair. Not too, doesn't look like they're too hurt there. So just taking that couple, probably minute or so of damage. But they're going to be able to get back out there. But that's going to be really important on a track like this. Talladega, being a highly you have to have a really good car, a really high draft track. So that's what I'm trying to say. Excuse me.
Well, while we are getting a delayed start here, we're going to go ahead and catch our bearings up here in the booth, and we're going to throw it aside to our sponsor and have a NC811 dig commercial break here, and we'll get you back and ready to go green here as we get the action rolling and reef stacked back up, get these damaged cars. Enjoy this shout out from NC811 dig.
When do you plan on putting in that new fence we've been talking about since last summer?
I guess I could start tomorrow.
Protect the ones you love and protect your buried utilities by contacting 811 before you dig, either by phone, the web, or the NC811 app. Know what's below before you dig. Visit nc811.org to learn more. If recent storms have caused damage to your property, contact 811 before you begin your cleanup. Buried utilities around uprooted trees can make a bad situation worse if those lines are not located before digging. Electric, natural gas, and internet lines are everywhere, and knowing where they are is the safest way to start any digging project. Call North Carolina 811 by dialing 811 or by using single address ticket on nc811.org or the NC811 app.
This tree is going to look great here.
Did you call 811 to protect your underground utilities?
I can't wait to see these roses come up.
Dig, dig, dig! Wait, we forgot to call 811.
Before you dig, make sure you can. Call 811 to know what's below. It's up to all of us to protect the ones we love.
When do you plan on putting in that new fence we've been talking about since last summer?
I guess I could start tomorrow.
Protect the ones you love and protect your buried utilities by contacting 811 before you dig, either by phone, the web, or the NC 811 app. Know what's below before you dig. Visit nc811.org to learn more.
All right, and welcome back. Sorry about the delayed start here. We had a little bit of an incident on the pre-race formation lap here, coming to the green. You'll probably see the tire marks here in a second. AJ Green got out of sorts there, coming through turn 3, and just slid down the track, hit Brian Chu, and Brian Chu took some big damage on that inside wall. Unfortunate for them, but they did delay the green. And we're going to be going to green at this next time by. All the drivers will get formed back up. We've already got some big position changes because drivers came down pit road under that. So, yeah, you're already seeing the field cycled up here. And we'll see how it gets to go in here. And we'll see some good racing here from the Full Throttle guys. I'm well sure of that. So we'll see how it goes. You got a lot of good cars out there tonight. A lot of good guys running with these open setups. So it's going to be fun to see how they've got them tuned up and who's going to be the dominant car and that lead car. Usually at Talladega, you got one car that's out there in the front dominating this race, so it's exciting to see who's got the most aggressive tape setup, who's got what going, and how hard these drivers are really going to extend that aggressive setup, and see if they can get as much advantage as they can.
Yeah, we've got Daniel Ship in the Facebook chat saying, "Go get them, boys." Hey, Daniel, good to have you here with us tonight, man. Sorry I couldn't be there last night to race you boys in the Xfinity Series. Want to give a shout out to William Brown on making that Xfinity Series win there last night in the Xfinity Full Throttle Xfinity Series. So big shout out to that 27 machine of William Brown. If I can find him on here, there he is. That 27 machine winning that Xfinity Championship. So again, man, congratulations. We know the Sparkle Unicorn guys, they were really excited about it last night, saying everybody else, you can just take the famous words from D-Generation X. That's what they told us. So Sparkle Unicorn getting that win in the Xfinity Series. But hey, gonna have to see if we can hold it out in the Truck Series. But like Josh said, it looks like we're going green this time around.
Right, so it's still going to be that number 28, that number 3 out on the pole positions. Robbie Weiss, Josh Carver about to bring this field to green for the first time tonight. It isn't going to be throwing a caution in right after they take the green, so we'll see how they get to it. Got a lot of drivers ready, hungry, as we're getting to this mid-season start here and getting ready to roll closer and closer to the playoffs here in a Full Throttle. It's that iRacing pace car going to slowly bring him out of turn number 4. And on the chute into the tri-oval down the front straightaway, well, they'll take the green flag. It's Talladega, baby. Anything can happen. Anything will happen. This pack's going to get bunched up here, as you are about to see. 27 race cars take the green flag and roll. As out of turns, or excuse me, out of the tribal we come. Into the tribal we come. Man, I am just all over the world with my words tonight. Excuse me, but here we come. The green flag here in just a moment. Robbie Bice, Josh Carver going to get the field going. Green, green, green. Let's go, driver. Has a good start from that inside lane is a 38 of Patrick Ginter. We all over behind that Texaco Havoline Ford Mustang of Robbie Bice into turn number 1 as they are going to shove their way into that first and second position. Josh Carver hung up on that outside lane. We'll see if that 3 machine decides to go to the inside. Here comes the 98 Shane Weldon Sr. to the outside lane, making it 3 wide early. We are rolling here, and you see some shuffling already down the back straightaway, 3-4 wide there for just a moment. Shane Weldon Sr. still hung up on that outside lane. See where he will go with this run. As here early, Logan Rhodes has got that 82. That is Ed DeBauer shoving him up to that back bumper of Josh Carver. Is Carver going to go down and door draft that 68, Stan Mayberry, Bryant Seaborn, Charles Gurick on that inside lane as they are rolling as well. You see that 51 of the G unit. That's Bradley Wilson. 43 of James Morgan as well. All up here already in the lead. 89. I want to say that is the Dan Gallant machine. Yes, it is. As 3 wide here to the tribal on lap number 6. We are rolling.
Yeah, you see
these boys get going.
Yeah, you see a lot of 3 wide going. You see Carver tucking up to that. I mean, excuse me, that's Logan Rhodes tucking up to that that top lane, trying to ride that top lane, but not looking like the top lane's really working here. We saw you know, a couple of races that we've called you know, the past couple of days, Josh. Top lane looks like it's always been dominant, but I don't know if it's going to be that way here at Talladega. You know, we're seeing a lot of single file. Look at this. James Morgan already moving his way up into the mix. Bradley Wilson up 10 spots. Charles Gurick up 19 positions. So a lot of drivers moving their way up into this top 5 really early. You see Robbie Bice still out in the lead. You got the 38 of Patrick Ginter there. Followed behind that 68 of Stan Mayberry. All teammates up here in that front. You got a Wolfpack 1, 2, and 3 right now. But Bryant Seaborn right behind him with Bradley Wilson and Charles Gurick trying to peek up there and find that position to get up there and fight for that lead. Like I said, we've been calling a few races here the last couple of days, and we've been doing a lot of super speedway racing. We've seen iRacing has been favoring that top lane a lot more. So we'll see if the top lane works out here today at Talladega. You know, completely different track from where we were at these last couple times, which was Daytona. So not in the full throttle series, but, you know, just in the plate track series itself, you know, that's, you know, it's always something that we talk about. Top lane's always been dominant. So looking at right now, everybody just seems to be tucked in, trying to survive. You know, we do have 100 laps. So like I said in the pre-race, a long way to go.
Indeed, and they're just riding it out, man. It's a Sunday night cruise for some of these drivers. They're just hanging out, hanging back, and just really going on a little bit of a cruise. You got some music playing, maybe you got a drink in your right hand. You're driving with the left. I mean, there's a lot of things that goes on at the super speedways here at Talladega. So we'll see how these boys tend to take the races that we progress on. Lap number 8, we saw some early aggressiveness on that initial start right there. We'll see how they decide to take it as we get into the middle portion of almost to lap number 20. We're at lap number 9 here, so 10 laps in is when you usually start to see these drivers speak, and I say that, and that outside lane forms up, so you see them wait a couple laps, and then they're like, oh, okay, let's go.
Yeah, you see Bradley Wilson starting to get that head of steam out there on that outside lane. He's got that 43 James Morgan right behind him, but it looks like they're kind of stalling out there, and then you're going to see that 14 of Bryant Seaborn looks like he was going to take that outside lane as well, but decides to keep it down on that inside. Let's see if that 14 decides to stay down there once that 51 starts rolling up on that back bumper, or they're just going to try to hang on, because right now it looks like that top lane's kind of falling apart.
A lot of working together in that top lane, it seems like, and you might have to be bumper to bumper to make that top lane work. I mean, we know these next gen car era package a lot different than the current gen of the Gen 6 cars we're driving right now. So, you know, Very
I mean,
interesting to see how they're going to cycle out through the rest of this race. If that high line's even going to
whoa,
form up,
see
and that is
Stony
almost a moment
Finfield.
there.
Yeah, you see Stony
Yeah.
Finfield getting down on that apron. We do know the apron can wreak some havoc if you get down there on it like that. So good on that 75 to keep that car going straight and not being able to, or not taking out the whole field, because we do know. Oh, and look at that, Logan Rhodes getting down there on it too. So you got to watch out for that. You don't want to get down there on that apron and then wash up and cause the big one here at lap 10.
Starting to get a really big pack up here. First through about 13th, 14th position right here. So, excuse me, 13th. So we might start seeing that outside lane form up. This is more. We got double-digit cars up here in this lead pack.
Yeah, one of the things that iRacing did. Excuse me. One of the things that iRacing did was they did update the physics. I want to say at the beginning of 2021, to where the drafting package was a lot different. You had to, you basically had to, have a bunch of people in that line, and if you didn't, it would fall off. As you saw Bradley Wilson try to take that outside lane, and it kind of just fall back, and he had to fall back into line, as he's right now currently sitting in position behind Josh Carver in that 7th spot. So he was moving his way up there, but had to fall back in. So like we said, that outside lane you might not be able to work unless they have a lot of cars pushing with them.
Inside lane, definitely just, the way around the track currently at the moment looks like some old school NASCAR, where they just lined up single file and raced. You got the run, and you had to take it. So we'll see if these boys get a little bit ambitious here. I mean, I wouldn't definitely mind to see them try to get too wide here, but, it's still early. Lap 12 out of 100. I don't mind what these drivers are doing, keeping it single file, keeping it safe. And as I say that, we're starting to see a little bit of stepping out here towards the back part of this track. I want to say that was Shane Weldon Sr., if I'm not mistaken. Yes, that is that 8th place position of Shane Weldon Sr. in that 98 machine. So I'm getting a little bit out of stack. Didn't know if he was speaking. Maybe just got a little bit of wishy-washy. A lot of dirty air up here in this front pack.
Yeah, that is one thing that we're not really too sure about with these next-gen cars. That was one thing that I remember whenever we were doing the practice for Nashville. I am a part of the Wolfpack team whenever I race on Thursdays and Saturdays. So, I go in there and help them and the Rev team, do a little bit of practice every now and then whenever I get a chance to actually sit down and race. Whoa, I see back there. Whoa, it looks like Chad Hitchcock and everybody battling it out. We've got a 2-wide battle going back here in the back of the pack. Whoa, did you see?
Is that James Morgan?
It was James Morgan that got bumped out of line there.
Oh, this ain't gonna work! What just happened? Two even touched him. Caution out, lap number 13 here. We've got big trouble in the back of the field. We are going to have to highlight that for sure and see what just caused that. That looked very, very weird. That 22, I think maybe got net coated, or he just lost 300 of that race car. Oh, no, he got bumped. I didn't even see the bump. Okay.
As we're going to go back here just a little bit, we're going to see what happened with that 43 of James Morgan. As we're right here now, Brian on board with that 12 machine. See, little bit of a bump there. Maybe James Morgan just had a little bit of help there from who was behind him. It looks like I don't even know what just happened there.
Contact when he comes down the track. The O2 goes up the track to let the 43 back on. The 43 and him make contact right there. Watch when the O2 comes up the track right here.
Yeah, just a little bit of a bump there from that O2 at Jonathan Coombs. You're going to see it send the 22 just all out of sorts. And then just a teammate sandwich going on right there with that 22 of Chad Hitchcock, that 12 machine of Austin Rhodes and Jonathan Coombs. And you see,
is that the O2 of Matthew Fitz upside down?
That is 12 Austin Rhodes doing a somersault down the track. You see the O2 of Jonathan Coombs getting all out of sorts. Is he going to be able to keep it out of the wall? Doesn't look like... Oh, yeah, he's able to keep it out of the wall. Oh, but he comes down into... Oh, that is unfortunate there. I want to say that was the 84 Casey. No, it was not the 84. It was the 77 of Clayton Kincard. Clayton Kincard just had a Terrible time there. He got caught up in the middle of all of that. It's a little bit of a hiccup there.
The pit road. 77. Go to Clayton Gincart, man.
See the 84, Casey Collenbach behind him. Maybe, you see, just gets bumped there from the 84, sends the 77 around. As we were saying it, he is just not having any luck here tonight.
The 84.
See here, the 77 getting really slowed up. Probably couldn't find his pit stall, and then just a bump there.
Just shows you there's aggressiveness on pit road too.
Yeah, so at lap 12.
But you know, sorry, Chris.
I was going to say, no, at lap 13, we had our first caution. What were you saying there?
I was just gonna say, you know, earlier, you know, we were talking about how, you know, when that delayed caution, everybody switched the field up. It may have made a fuel gap right there. Some drivers came down, took like 2 extra laps, was able to refuel back up. You know, and some drivers stayed out that whole time and got delayed caution. Well, you can throw all that out the window. Everybody's basically on the same strategy. Besides Nick Cannon, man, he did not pit. So Nick Cannon is going to take the lead right here. And we'll see how long that 20 machine can stay out front. I mean, it's one of the Sparkle Unicorn guys. He's going to go up there and try to take the reins for his team and see how well he can lead this race. I mean, he's going to take the start from that lead position. He will judge the restart. We'll see how good of a jump he gets. But other than that, the only driver that did not pit that last time by, the 48 of AJ Green, who we know was one of the reasons we had that delayed green at the start, getting his tires heated up, and it looks like he got a little bit out of sorts. So 48 of AJ Green. Looks like he might be coming down pit road actually this time. He is not. He's just letting people by maybe.
Yes, it's an interesting ploy there from that 20 machine. He did come down pit lane on that initial caution that we had when we extended the lead. So maybe that 20 machine just had his top off of fuel then, and now he's like, you know what, I'm gonna go out and lead some points, gonna get some lead some laps, get some points, try to bring Sparkle Unicorn up into the team points some more, because we did see just a couple minutes ago the Team Sparkle guys, they just got into a really big mix back there.
Oh yes, sir, indeed they did. It's going to be a fun battle here. You got William Brown, one of the guys still surviving up there. He's chilling in the back of the pack. Last night's Xfinity champion, so good to see him back out here on the track this week. Other than that, man, I'm expecting some big things out of the Sparkle Unicorn guys for the rest of the season. They've been doing a great job in these open setup races.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I will point out. A lot of the drivers have been talking about the open setups, and I will say, whenever I do get around those Sparkle Unicorn guys racing them, man, it's really hard to get around them, especially Jonathan Coombs. He makes it hard to get around. So it's one of those teams, man. You gotta work extra hard to get around them, and that's what makes them very interesting on the track.
Chris, Matthew Fitz just said to Carver, Josh, who do you think you're intimidating? And Salter sitting in front of Carver and said, well, in that Ford, he ain't intimidating anybody. I just love it, man. It's the gift that keeps on giving. The Josh Carver Ford Goodrich jokes.
As you see that pace car taking that left-hand turn, about to go down pit lane. 20 of Nick Cannon going to be leading the field with Charles Gurick on that outside lane. Probably see that 20 get off to a really good jump here. He will be able to dictate that start. So should be getting ready to jump. You see the Bradley Wilson, that 51, he's ready to go. That 14 is ready to go. The 20 is off to a good jump. Charles Gurick going to fall in behind him. We are green here at lap 16. Oh, you see the 51 of Bradley Wilson making a really aggressive move down to the bottom. Going to leave that That 68 of Stan Mayberry on that outside lane. He's going to be kind of left out there. Maybe a teammate will let him back in.
And we'll see. He's rolling up behind that 14 of Bryant Seaborn this time. It'll be Stoney Benfield that would have to let him back in, and we'll see. He looks like he will get back in.
Yeah, you see that 68 going to go ahead and dive back down. Like we were saying, Stoney Benfield, that teammate of his, going to let him back down in line. That outside lane just did not look like it got off to a good jump. Nick Cannon, like we said, being able to dictate that start, going to be able to get off to that really good jump. Charles Gurick going to fall into that second place position, so Robbie Bice is no longer the leader of the race. Now he's going to have to battle it out with one of his teammates and the Sparkle Unicorn of Nick Cannon. But not to count out that G unit of Bradley Wilson. He is already up 12 positions, currently sitting in that 4th place spot. So, it's something that it's kind of like, one of those things you just have to say now. Bradley Wilson on the tear up to the front.
Chris, one thing I got to say, I remember when the next-gen cars were not necessarily first out, but newer to the platform, and we were first driving them. Remember me and you got on here and drove some Talladega together, and it felt like, in a 2-car pack, you could race with each other and push very hard. But in these cars, it felt like you almost had to have 3 or 4 cars to make yourself really get that very heavy push ability. And, I'm feeling like these guys aren't going to the outside lane because they're just genuinely not confident in the race car under them right now. You'll have to be very well organized and working together to be able to go to that outside lane, I feel like, tonight. And right now, it's looking like nobody is feeling confident in each other because they're not doing it. As we got 3 wide here at the back of the pack. That's James Morgan, AJ Green, and that 84 of Casey Collenbach.
Yeah, like we were saying, Josh, it's just going to come down to patience. Everybody's going to have to be patient and wait their turn. You're going to want to jump out as you see Bradley Wilson sticking that nose out just a little bit, probably just trying to get that car to cool down just a little bit. We do know these cars can overheat really quickly. No tape on these cars, though, so don't have to really worry about that. But you do still have to battle with that cooling issue, so you might see some of these cars poke their nose out just a little bit just to cool that front end off. But you're going to see, it's like we were saying, it's going to be one of those things where it's going to be interesting to see when they decide to jump out and go to that outside lane, because like you were saying, it's not like the Xfinity cars or the trucks. You can get 1 or 2 on the outside lane. You can get you a 2 or 3 train, going on the outside and pick up momentum. These as Robbie Bice looks like he's getting really loose down there on that bottom lane. Looks like he's going to collect it back up. Yeah, you're going to have a lot more cars on that outside lane to push, because this new draft package that they introduced a couple months ago, it's a few months ago now. They, it's still one of those things where you have to have a lot of cars working with you, or you will, you basically just put a parachute on the back of your car and go to the back of the pack.
Bice seems like he is getting all out of sorts here at lap number 20. 28 machine's been getting a little bit of a wiggle and starting to float to that outside lane. Maybe that car's starting to feel a little bit neutral in traffic for Robbie. As you see that 76 of Charles Gurick, a little bit of gap now between them. You'll see as he gets in the corner, you see it just looks like it's floating up, man. I think Robbie Bice's machine might be feeling a little bit on that free side currently at the moment.
Yeah, he might be getting down there on that apron and getting just a little loose. He is painting that yellow line a little bit when he enters the turn, so maybe just having a little bit of, hitting that apron and it washing up just a little bit. But we do know that the dirty air in these cars, it can, like I always used to say, whenever my mom would drive, it always looked like she was weaving baskets. Well, that's what it looks like they're doing right now. They just, they weaving in and out of that lane, and, that dirty air, it will do it. They're not trying to do it on purpose, but sometimes it just gets to where you can't handle it. Yeah, we got Justin Green in the Facebook chat. He's saying, G-Unit, good to have you here tonight, man. Just want to thank everybody out there on the Facebook and the YouTube page. Let us know a driver that you're looking for out here tonight. We've got 100 laps at Talladega, so we're going to be here for a pretty minute. So let us know in the chat who you're looking out for, who you're wanting to see on the stream. If you want to say anything to them, we can shout it out to them, anything you want. So just let us know.
Technically, we're about to have 78 laps, Chris.
Yeah, you see that 76. trying to push all over the back bumper there of Nick Cannon. You saw him all up on that back bumper just a second ago. So that 76, he is starting to get a little antsy, maybe wanting to push up on that 20, saying, hey, man, let's go, because I'm getting tired of waiting back here.
Thing that throttle, I mean, not Abby, excuse me, Gurick's full throttle. Nick Cannon is full throttle. Robbie Bice probably full throttle. I mean, we're watching full throttle. I mean, everybody is literally full throttle right now. It's just so hard to get up to that bumper, man. It's just really hard to get up to that bumper currently with this iRacing package they got for the next gen cars in these super speedways. Already heard some drivers, you know, not necessarily complaining, but just, you know, voicing their opinions on how they feel about how the cars are driving. And yeah, I think our beat machine would be overheated.
Yeah, currently right now we have Brian Chew, AJ Green, Jonathan Coombs, Josh Abbey, Clayton Kincart, Austin Rhodes still sitting on pit road for 11 minutes now. I want to say Chad Hitchcock has went ahead and decided to pull that car to the hauler, so that 22 going to go ahead and call it a night. As we see right now, a little bit of action going on down the back stretch. We see a top lane, looks like it's trying to start to form up. Well, they might be going around the 5 of Joshua Abbey there. I do see him now. So the 5 of Joshua Abbey just hugging that inside lane, letting everybody go around him. That's unfortunate for that Shenandoah Shine number 5. Josh Abbey normally gets out here, does a really good job, just got caught
Shane
up
Weldon
in
Sr., though, he could really get caught off the draft here. That just shows you how deadly getting around the lap car right there is. Look how far he's back. Let's see if he gets caught up here. Looks like he will. But, you know, it can be deadly here, man. It looks like he is going to get caught up, luckily, for that 98 machine. That was a very close call for him. He could have been a sitting duck right there. As we go back up on board here with Nick Cannon. Charles Gurick still in second as we go through your standings currently at the moment here at lap number 25. As it's going to be Robbie Bice sitting third, Bradley Wilson fourth. Seaborn going to be in that fifth spot. Stan Mayberry going to be in sixth with Stoney Benfield in seventh. Patrick Ginter going to be sitting in eighth with Matthew Fitz ninth. David Salter currently sitting 10th with Josh Carver in 11th. Dan Gallant 12th. Shane Weldon Sr. 13th with Jimmy Green in that 14th position. Logan Rhodes going to be sitting 15th currently with William Brown in 16th. Last night Xfinity champion William Brown. And then it's going to be that 43 machine of James Morgan sitting in that 17th spot currently. Ed Bauer 18th. Casey Collenbach 19th. And I want to say that AJ Green, Jonathan Coombs, Chad Hitchcock, Clayton Kincart all have put the cars to the hauler. Other than that, I want to say Brian Chute, Colin Forster, Josh Abbey. Only other drivers still out on the racetrack that are a lap down currently.
Got Jay Tucker in the Facebook chat saying, let's go Scrappy. So Logan Rhodes, you got your Uncle Jay saying that he is out here pulling for you. So right now he is behind that 23 machine of Jimmy Green. So Scrappy currently sitting in that 15th spot. But right now he's just on cruise control. Him and Jimmy Green, we do know they are starting to. It looks like they're starting to catch up with the pack here now, so they could be up here in a minute, getting ready to start getting scrappy with everybody else. Lap 27 here of 100. We still got a really good race. Like we were saying, everybody just kind of single filing it out. You know, whenever you've got it really 20 laps of racing here at Talladega, you want to take it easy, at least for the first 10. But especially when you have 100, that's definitely where you want to take it easy. Because, you know, early in the race, you get taken out. That's just a very long race to drive around very slow all by yourself. So, you know, right now it looks like we've got a really good pack still fighting up here in the front. Like we were saying, Logan Rhodes, Scrappy, and Jimmy Green, they are starting to catch up with that pack of cars. So right now we're about to have a 15-car tango going on. I want to say that is Brian Chew currently going another lap down in that 18 machine. Unfortunate for Brian Chew, the Candyman. Always one of those guys that gets caught up in the mess, like we say. You know, we always have a couple of drivers that just can't seem to get away from it. Brian Chew, just one of those guys that, you know, whenever he does have a good night, he has a really good night, but always, you know, always unfortunate getting caught up in the mess.
On his day, that 18 machine of Brian Chu, actually a very well driver. It's a lot of misfortunes for that 18 machine, and here tonight, misfortunes met him before the green flag even dropped. Unfortunately, and that 18 was looking for a good run here at Talladega, but you know, that's just what seems to happen. It's like a weird thing about Talladega, man. Either some drivers love it or some drivers hate it because they can't stop having bad things happening to them. And looks like Brian Chu might be one of those drivers that's going to start hating it here soon.
Yeah, I am definitely one of those drivers that is not a, I am not a super speedway kind of person. I don't like, I don't know, I don't like having to be patient. I like getting really racy and driving, you know, driving kind of hard. So, you know, the patience that it takes to drive a, you know, a plate track is one of those things that you just have to, you know, it comes with the seat time. Whoa, as you see the 28 and the 51 getting down there on that yellow line. 51 of Bradley Wilson getting a little loose back there, but he's going to maintain it. The 14 of Bryant Seaborn still doing a really good job up here in that 5th spot, up 12 positions, as well as Bradley Wilson up 12 positions. But right now, we got to point out Charles Gurick. He is currently the furthest mover in the track right now, up 22 positions in that 2nd spot. So currently starting in that 24th spot, up into that 2nd spot. Charles Gurick, one of those drivers we always see every week. You know, it's just, you know, last week at our race, he was like, "Hey, Kiwi, come past me," and I was like, "Okay." And then I passed him twice actually, so I got to rub that in his face, Charles. I passed you twice, but you see that 22 of Chad Hitchcock on that outside lane. Good to see him still out here on the track. You know, I say it every week. It's always good to see these drivers, even whenever they get taken out. It's always good to see them come back out on the track and turn laps. You know, that just goes to show that these guys have a really big heart for this sport. And, you know, even if they are, you know, 10, 12 laps down, they're still going to get out here and turn laps. And that really goes to show that Chad Hitchcock, man, he's got that bug for the racing. He's got the racing bug, excuse me. But right now, we're still riding on board here with Charles Gurick. Sitting in that 2nd spot. He's got that 28 of Robbie Bice, doing a really good job also up here. He currently is back 2 spots. He was in that lead pole spot when he started off, but doing a good job up here in that 3rd spot. Sporting that 28 Haviland machine. Throwback there to Davey Allison, you know, being here from, you know, being an Alabama boy myself, you know, growing up only 30 minutes from Talladega, you know, that this track means a lot to me. And, you know, being, you know, seeing that 28 out there on the track, that really means a lot to me.
As we're still seeing single file racing here. Currently at the moment, lap number 32. Coming to 33 this time by. So getting closer and closer to the halfway point of this race. But, man, these drivers have just been biding their time. You know, like I said, Chris, I just don't know if these guys have enough confidence in each other or maybe even the car that is. Go up there and try that outside lane. I mean, obviously, towards the end of the race, they're going to have to do it or you're just going to have to settle basically with the position you've sat around and rode in all day. Do we see these drivers get aggressive, or what are you expecting to see, you know, later in the race? I mean, I just really don't know what these drivers are going to do with that top lane.
Yeah, you see Stan Mayberry starting to fall back a little bit. I saw a couple of drivers start getting out of sorts. So not really sure what's going on with that 68 machine. Or I did see Patrick Ginter in the 38 getting a little out of sorts coming out of turn 2. So a little bit of separation here from these guys, but that's, you know, that goes to show that right now maybe they're fighting a little bit of looseness coming out of the corners. You know, everybody says, oh, it's just Talladega, you just turn left and put your foot to the floor, but there is still a lot of chess match playing that goes on, you know, in this series, you know, especially whenever you're, you know, 34 laps on a set of tires. So, you know, or 20 laps, excuse me, on a set of tires. They probably haven't changed tires yet, but you know, it's one of those things where these guys have got to start, you know, coming up with a game plan because, you know, like you were saying, that outside lane, it can work, but it's just going to have to come down to who's going to take it and who's going to make that push to go up there on the outside lane because, you know, as we saw Bradley Wilson trying to do it earlier, he fell back a little bit whenever he didn't have help.
I mean, and that's what's going to happen when you don't have help. I mean, I'm expecting it's got to be at least 3 cars that go up to that outside lane and really, really give each other good pushes, good runs, a lot of help. They're going to have to tuck down to that inside lane, really pinch those guys down to the inside lane, get as much side draft as they can to slow down that run from the guys on their inside, and really just see if they can pull the drag race down the back straightaway. I mean, right now it's looking like everybody is just very, very content with where they're running. And Chris, this might be the most patient I've seen the Full Throttle guys in a while. This is looking like it could be either building up for a outstanding finish, or it could be one of those races that just really don't know what they're going to expect, because I don't even know what I'm going to expect. This is just going to be an insane race, I feel like.
Well, I will say, racing with these guys, and and being on the track with a lot of the drivers that you see out here on the track, there's only a few that I know. I haven't really raced with James Morgan, Casey Collenbach, haven't really raced with him. Brian Chu, haven't raced with him. But mostly everybody out here on the track I've raced against, and I do know that on these plate tracks, everybody can be aggressive. So like you were saying, seeing these boys right now just kind of single filed out, 36 laps into this, and we've only had one caution that just really was an unfortunate turn of events there, but we've only had one caution. So right now it's looking like I really don't know what to say, because like I said, racing with them just a couple of weeks here at this track in the Xfinity Series, there was a lot of pushing and a lot of beating and banging going on. So right now, they're looking like really strong, and it's looking like they're doing a really good job at just kind of maintaining their pace right now. Nobody's wanting to get over aggressive and really push, because that's what leads to accidents.
You are right, and that's exactly what you do not want at a track like Talladega. Got to keep that car as clean as possible, and it just can't keep my head off of when these drivers are going to try to maybe attempt it, what they're going to think, and I want to know what's going through their head, man. I mean, you've got your car sitting in 3rd, 4th, 5th, whatever spot you're in this single file line, and you've got to be thinking at any moment, like, okay, I'm going to the high side now. I'm going to the high side now. Nope, I'm not going to go this lap, but I'm going to go next lap, and then you never go. I mean, we'll just see, man. But right now, everybody's still just riding, like Josh Carver just said. We got a long way to go. Let's just keep riding.
As we're just riding through the field here right now, currently riding on board with that 19th place position of Casey Collenbach, riding on the tail end of the lead lap. You see that little bit of a gap there. They might be just hanging back, waiting for a little bit of a pit strategy play here or something. We're gonna go on board here with Brian Chu. He is currently going down the front tri-oval, so he is about to go another lap down. We see Chad Hitchcock still on the track. It looks like Josh Abbey, Colin Forrester, AJ Green, Jonathan Coombs, Clayton Kincart, and Austin Rhodes all have pulled that car to the hauler. So those drivers are unfortunately out. But right now we still have Brian Chu and Chad Hitchcock on the track. But everybody else right now, we're still battling up here in the front. Like I said, you see Stan Mayberry just like holding a little bit of a gap between that 14 of Bryant Seaborn and Stoney Benfield. So maybe they're expecting something to go on down here. Maybe they're working up a strategy here in a minute. We could see a pit strategy from that Wolfpack team starting to unfold here in a second.
But this is maybe giving you vibes up, but I feel like I'm watching some old, maybe pre like Generation 4 NASCAR. So like, I would say like, late 80s, early 90s plate racing. I mean, it's very single file. Everyone's very content. No one's being aggressive. I mean, back when they used to race on these plate tracks, I mean, yeah, people made aggressive moves. You had aggressive passes, but you really saw everybody just bide their time and be patient. It looks like that's what everybody's just kind of doing now. It just looks like some old school Superspeedway racing, and everybody's just kind of biding their time, hanging out. And when it's time to strike, I feel like we'll see these cars make that run that we and you have been talking about all night, and see if they'll get it to work. And trust me, if you want something to work, you're going to push hard enough. We'll see how that goes, and that can turn into some action as they're pulling back up on the lap car. I want to say that is that 18 of Brian Chu. Yes, it is. as that interstate's battery toward a Camry, unfortunately, had his night ended early. We're going to go past him. Are starting. Here comes that 20 in a cannon down pit road. Should see some guys maybe down pit road as well with him. There goes Nick Cannon. And it looks like it's only going to be that 20 of Nick Cannon currently. So Nick Cannon going to pit by himself. He does have like 3 or 4 teammates out of this race, so that's unfortunate for him. Pretty sure they'd be pitting with him right now, but 20 Nick Cannon down pit road by himself. We'll see how that plays out for him. But it's going to promote Charles Gurick to the lead here.
Yeah, as I was running back from the concession stand, Josh, I saw that Nick Cannon came down pit lane by himself. That is going to really be a thorn in his side. He is going to be all by himself out here on the track. So that 20 machine pulling that trigger just a little too early maybe. But right now he's about to go a lap down. As you see that 22, Chad Hitchcock still riding that top lane. So he's going to go another lap down here. But Nick Cannon, woo, he's going to be all by himself back here.
He's going to get sketchy.
You see the 22 of Chad Hitchcock going to pull down to that inside lane. Going to go ahead and try to grab the draft of that 8 of Logan Rhodes. But we're going to start seeing some pit strategies happen here in not too long. Just going to be, just going to see whenever that Team Wolfpack decides to pull that trigger. Whenever Team Shenandoah Shine decides to pull that trigger. Team Vortex, whenever they decide to pull it, it's just going to be a playing game right now. Whoa, you see the 51 of Bradley Wilson all over the back bumper there of the 28 of Robbie Beist. Getting a little wishy-washy back there. They're starting to pull up to that back bumper of Nick Cannon. So he's probably looking up in that rear view going, now, come on, guys, just pit, just pit, just pit. All right, so coming to lap 45 of 100, we are still under green flag conditions. You see that 20 of Nick Cannon about to go a lap down. He's going to try to hold up that lane, just not let anybody get past him so that way he doesn't go a lap down. That is kind of smart from that 20. He knows nobody's going to really be able to get around him and pass him. So right now, he's just going to ride in that front lane. He's going to be like, now, guys, if y'all want to get around me, you're going to have to go to that outside lane.
Told him he could stay where he was at, so clearly they didn't want to get all up in a mix-up trying to get around that 20 machine. They're just going to let him ride out front and hold his lap. We'll see what happens with that.
All right, with lap 46 of 100, we're going to go to another side-by-side view here for the 811 dig. Call before you dig, side-by-side camper view. So we will be right back.
When do you plan on putting in that new fence we've been talking about since last summer?
I guess I could start tomorrow.
Protect the ones you love and protect your buried utilities by contacting 811 before you dig, either by phone, the web, or the NC 811 app. Know what's below before you dig. Visit nc811.org to learn more. If recent storms have caused damage to your property, contact 811 before you begin your cleanup. Buried utilities around uprooted trees can make a bad situation worse if those lines are not located before digging. Electric, natural gas, and internet lines are everywhere, and knowing where they are is the safest way to start any digging project. Call North Carolina 811 by dialing 811 or by using single address ticket on nc811.org or the NC811 app.
This tree is going to look great here.
Did you call 811 to protect your underground utilities?
I can't wait to see these roses come up.
Dig, dig, dig! Wait, we forgot to call 811.
Before you dig, make sure you can. Call 811 to know what's below. It's up to all of us to protect the ones we love.
We are back here at lap 48 of 100. Still got Nick Cannon currently riding out in the lead, but he is on the verge of going a lap down. It looks like we got a little bit of battling going back here. I noticed during that side-by-side, you saw James Morgan riding that outside lane, so maybe Ed DeBauer is going to try to make that outside lane work a little bit. It looks like he's going to ride up against the wall. James Morgan, he's thinking about it. He's up there saying, "Hey man, I'm thinking about this outside lane." So maybe we'll start seeing a little bit of battling going on here, as they know that pit cycles are about to probably start coming down into fruition. But right now we're just riding single file. As I heard Josh saying in that side by side just a second ago that everybody in the chat was saying, "Yeah, this is like watching paint dry, guys." And they were like, "Yeah, at least with paints they got multiple lines." I don't know. I ruined the joke, but he said something about multiple lines. It looks like right now we've got a bunch of drivers coming down pit lane. See the 84 of Casey Collenbach coming down. Josh Carver in that 3 machine coming down. Logan Rhodes in the 8. So Jimmy Green, Josh Carver, all the Rev guys coming down right now. Ed DeBauer, Casey Collenbach, all down pit lane. So the Rev Esports guys all coming down this time around. So that's going to start opening up the door for everybody else. Let's see who goes ahead and decides to pull that trigger, and if the Whoop-Pack guys are going to go ahead and do it, because I want to say right now we should be getting ready to come up to the pit cycles. We should be getting low on gas right now.
Be getting close to these boys coming down pit road as well. And Nick Cannon, man, he's going to stay out in front of this pack. He might get something out of this little bit of a strategy he's worked up, but we'll just have to see how it works out for him. As you see that 3 of Josh Carver still on pit road right here. Oh, what's happened to that 3 machine?
Yeah, maybe he had a speeding penalty. He has been sitting on pit lane for a minute now. We're going to go back up here on board with your lead pack. You've got Charles Gurick still leading that still leading the pack. Yeah, Josh Carver still on pit lane right now. So don't know what happened to okay, it says he's coming out now. So Josh Carver now leaving. Maybe had a little bit of a penalty there. We'll see if we can find something out about that in a moment. We'll let you know.
So we got more guys pitting this time, Chris.
Yeah, you're going to see the 28 of Robbie Bice go ahead and pull it down. Matthew Fitz around into the wall. Oh, he's
Bring out a caution.
He's going to be off the racing
He's
lines.
blown up. Is he blown up, or is that just tire smoke?
Oh, he's blown up. So that's not going to bring out a caution. He was off the racing line.
Did he get? Looks like he might have got clipped, Chris. Maybe by that 89.
Yeah, you see the 89 getting into him and just full sending him down into the wall there. Oh, that is unfortunate there. Yeah, the 89 of Dan Gallant looks like he just got full sent into the back of Matthew Fitz. See there, just sends him down into the wall. Ooh. As right now, you got Bryant Seaborn and Bradley Wilson coming down pit lane. Bradley Wilson's locking it up. So is Bryant Seaborn. Woo!
They were like both having a lockup battle right there, man. I thought they were both going to run it into each other. 89 and Dan Gallant going to join them. Man, that was scary. Is the 27 of William Brown going to lock it up into pit road as well? And you see the pack getting back out onto the track. Where's that cycle Nick Cannon back? That's going to put him about 7 seconds back from these boys. So we'll see if he's able to get that gap any, but man, it looks like he still doesn't have a car around him to help. So
yeah,
that's what Nick Cannon right now.
Yeah, but look at this, Josh. Logan Rhodes, Scrappy out to the lead. He is going to assume the lead once he gets around. You see Bradley Wilson on his way out right now. He's not going to assume that he's not going to lead a lap just yet, but he is going to get around Bradley Wilson here in just a second. So Logan Rhodes, that 8 machine, going to go ahead and pull out here in front with that teammate of Ed DeBauer, Jimmy Green, all in tow behind him.
Oh, it's pretty close when they catch Bradley Wilson. I don't know where. He's going to probably go to that outside lane. He might just hold it on the bottom here. He leads the race. I mean, he is allowed to dictate where he wants to go. He doesn't have to move for these guys. Already up to 176 miles an hour, 178 now, 179. Just hit 180. These boys at 195. They're going about 15, 20 miles an hour or faster almost. We'll see how he reacts when they get there. They are getting to him, though, here in the tribal. Will they go to the outside lane and try to pass? Scrappy, we know, is one of those guys. Very aggressive, and he's going to go for 82. And for the first time, we're going to see that outside lane coming to fruition here and a pass for the lead. As that 8 of Logan Rhodes is going to take the lead. He's going to bring the 82 of Ed DeBauer, that 23 of Jimmy Green with him. And that is going to be that 28 of Robbie Bice, 76 of Charles Gurick. And also that 68 of Stan Mayberry, as they are going to try to get past that 51. And, ooh, that 76 snapped down to that inside lane.
Yes, right now we've got, his inside lane is starting. You got a Sparkle Unicorn driver. You got, I want to say that's William Brown. That is William Brown down there on that inside lane. Looks like maybe
he's going to shuffle the boys out of.
Yeah, you're going to shuffle everybody around there, but everybody's going to get around.
Robbie just got to shove. Robbie just got to shove.
Yeah, so right now we've got 3 Rev E Motorsports guys sitting in the lead with 3 Wolfpack guys sitting right behind them. Then you've got the G unit of Bradley Wilson right behind him. Then you also got 2 more Wolfpack guys just in tow right behind the main pack. So Stoney Binfield and David Salter also on a head of steam charging up to that front pack. So they should be able to catch up here with these guys if Logan and them do get caught up in a little bit of lap traffic. You see them pulling up to the back of that 18 of Brian Chu. Still unfortunate to say, man, Brian Chu just got messed up in the stuff here tonight. Unfortunate for that 18 machine. Just, I hate to see it.
Hate to see it, man. That's a car that's been running pretty well in this mid-season, and was expecting some good things. Some of the guys that haven't been making as much of a splash up there in the win column tonight. So it's good to see, though. Still out there trying to get as many points as he can, and we're still going to be rolling here lap 56. And then Logan Rhodes, like you said, Chris, 2-time race winner this season. He's currently got the lead, man. I'm pretty sure Scrappy, he's trying to go for number 3 this season.
Yeah, I'm seeing in the Facebook chat, Jay Tucker saying, good job, buddy. So Jay Tucker's in there rooting on his nephew. So good to have you here, Jay. But Scrappy currently sitting in the lead right now. He's got a gaggle of race cars behind him, though. So like we said, it's going to be one of those things where whenever these guys decide to take that outside lane and start working that outside lane, that's whenever everything's going to become very interesting. Right now, you see Robbie Bice. He's kind of riding that mid to low line. That's a place you don't want to be. Luckily, he's got a teammate behind him, because if that was another driver, you would probably see him push that inside lane. But something you don't really want to do at a track like this. You leave that bottom lane open, and somebody will snatch it out from under you. You see the 3 of Josh Carver currently in front of his teammate of the 8 of Logan Rhodes. So Josh Carver getting ready to go a lap down here. So he's going to do the same thing that that 20 machine did and just ride out front. And hope he doesn't go a lap down. Just hope for a caution so that way he can get that wave around the pace car and get back on that lead lap. But right now he's currently sitting out in front of that 8 of Logan Rhodes. But you know, Logan Rhodes, he kind of likes this. He wants somebody to get in front of him and drag him along. You sit out in the front for too long, you do run your gas out a lot sooner than everybody behind you. So Logan Rhodes kind of liking the fact that he's got somebody to pull him around up there.
Exactly what I was thinking too, Chris. Glad you hit on that point because it's nice to have that little bit of drafting help as well. We'll see what they're going to do with the 3 here, you know, eventually. Coming up to lap 60 here soon, getting close to 40 to go. It's getting go time here eventually. So these guys are going to have to start working this outside lane or something. You can't stay single file for the whole race. I'm sure there's a lot of guys that want to get up there and win this race that are sitting in that 1st through 10th position right now. So I'm interested to see who's going to give, who's going to take.
All right, we're going to cycle through the field right now. You've got Logan Rhodes, currently your leader, with Ed DeBauer sitting in that 2nd place. You got Jimmy Green, mean Jimmy Green, currently sitting in that 3rd spot. Robbie Bice in 4th, with Charles Gurick in 5th. Stan Mayberry in 6th place, with the G unit of Bradley Wilson in that 7th spot, riding that back bumper. And then right now, William Brown, he is currently a lap down, not fighting for position. So right now, Stoney Benfield and David Salter, they are your 8th and 9th position. Kind of riding by themselves. You know, like I said, they're wanting to really catch that pack, but as you see, they're really far in front of them. So they're having a little bit of a tough time catching that pack because they have a lot more cars than they do. So Nick Cannon currently sitting in that 10th spot with Casey Collenbach right behind him. So him and Nick Cannon trying to catch back up with that pack as well. James Morgan in that 43 machine's currently sitting in 12th spot with Dan Gallant in 13th. Josh Carver leading the pack right now, but on the verge of going a lap down. Currently sitting in that 14th spot with William Brown, your Xfinity race champion, or excuse me, your Xfinity Series, full throttle Xfinity Series champion, currently sitting in that 15th spot. Shane Weldon Sr. all by himself back there in that 16th spot. Bryant Seaborn right behind him with that 38 machine of Patrick Ginter in tow behind him. In that 18th spot, Brian Chu in 19th. And then Matthew Fitz, Chad Hitchcock, Austin Rhodes, Josh Abbey, Colin Forrester, AJ Green, Jonathan Coombs, and Clayton Kincart all down. Pit lane all went to the haulers, so they are currently not on the track. So that is your field right now. As you
That
see,
89
I was going to say, as you see the 89 of Dan Gallant going a lap down, everybody going around him. So right now we've got another car going a lap down. You see that 51 just slowing up a little bit, letting that, whoa, as you see the 27 go into that outside lane. Whoa, the 51 having to really check up there.
It's dangerous for Bradley Wilson and William Brown. They might lose that draft now.
Yeah, you're going to have to hope that they can get caught up there. But, you know, you see right now, Robbie Bice, he's kind of falling off, losing that pack a little bit. So you're going to have to see Charles Gurick and that 68 of Stan Mayberry. They're going to have to tuck up to those back bumpers and start pushing because they will lose that draft if they get too far back there. As I say that, it looks like they're getting a really good head of steam up there.
Yeah, but look at Bradley Wilson, 2.5 back already. He's out of that draft.
Yeah, Bradley Wilson and the 27 just falling back. Like you said, Josh, that is unfortunate for him. Man, just that little bit of a checkup there with that 89 of Dan Gallant, as you see, just really put them in a bind there.
To tune out the aero package or something. There's no way that these are how these cars race in real life. I mean, we've seen the testing, saw some multi-groove racing on the Superspeedways in the testing videos. So I just feel like there's a little bit of adjusting that probably needs to be done on the aero packages because we have not seen the super speedway racing we've come and expected of NASCAR in these last couple years.
Well, one of the things that you're probably going to look for now is now that you see that 51 of Bradley Wilson and that 27 there of William Brown start falling back, maybe you'll see Stoney Benfield and them start catching up and pulling up as you see the 89 of Dan Gallant getting passed right now by that 75 and that 88. So maybe that 70 or that 89 can tuck back in here with that 88. They can pull up here as it looks like, ooh, they are on a tear right now. All right, just want to give a quick shout out real quick to our sponsors. Got the North Carolina 811 Dig, NC 811 Dig. We just want to appreciate, or say that we appreciate them coming on this season with us. You got Cook's Lawn Care, Major Setup Garage as well coming on this season. Really helping everybody out. So just want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors and everybody that's been a part of the Full Throttle experience. I mean, everybody on the Facebook chat, in the YouTube chat, just want to say that we appreciate you guys too, as right now it looks like we just got a little bit of a battle up here in the front. We've got about 7 or 8 cars, excuse me, just kind of single filing it out right now as you saw Bradley Wilson start falling back. You see that 27 of William Brown still hanging on, and Stoney Benfield and that 88 of David Salter, they are starting to catch Bradley Wilson and that 27 of William Brown. So we should see them start catching the pack here before too long. But whoa, it is they are starting to get they're starting to fall back really bad.
6 seconds already, man. That's crazy. It's been like 3 laps since Bradley lost that draft, and 4 laps, excuse me, and man. Aero package is going to have to be worked on a lot. There's just not enough potential, it seems like, for the guys to work together and really go out there and try to make passes. It shows, man. Just seems like they are very, very unconfident in that race car under them, and very, very confident. Maybe not, or very, very unconfident. Maybe not just necessarily saying, just because it's, somebody behind me. Just because they don't think that the guy behind them probably is going to be able to realistically push them up there with the way these cars are. So, I don't know, man. Either they're going to have to find something to make magic out of nothing, or we're going to have to see what these boys can do with these race cars right now, because it seems like with this package, they're not having a fun time.
Yeah, like we were talking about during that last side-by-side, Josh, it just seems like once a driver pokes his nose out, they just start falling back. You see the 18 there, Brian Chew, getting past, going a lap down again. Every time I see him, it bums me out more and more every time I see him. But you see the 43 there of James Morgan getting ready to go a lap down. So these pit stops have really separated everybody up, and really starts hurting everybody in that single file, that single run. When everybody gets single file like this, you want everybody to start battling side by side, but when everybody's battling single file, then nobody, whoa, as you see the 23 of Jimmy Green making a move down to that inside.
Yeah, Jimmy Green. I said Robbie Bison, Jimmy Green, my bad.
Yeah, Jimmy Green making a really aggressive move down there to the bottom. We're at lap 69, going to lap 70 here. This next time by. Still got Josh Carver trying to hold on to that lead lap. He's got that 8 machine of Logan Rhodes on his back bumper. Like you were saying, Josh, Scrappy trying to look for that third win of the season. He got that one win and just said, you know what, this is kind of easy. I'm going to keep doing it. And look at him, still up here in the lead.
Yeah, man, Scrappy doing a good job as you're on board with Ed DeBauer currently. But touching on Scrappy, you know, he's just done a really good job this season. He's went out there, grabbed his first win of his good season so far, and then went out the next week, grabbed win number 2. We thought he was going to go and make it 3 in a row the way he was running, but last week did not grab the win. I don't even think he got on the podium last week, but this tonight might be Logan Rhodes on his day again. We'll see if he's able to bring home another win here at Talladega, assuming that these boys are going to have to pit here when the next 15 laps or so. So we'll see how it plays out once we get through pit cycles as Logan Rhodes is big loose.
Whoa, Logan Rhodes starting to wake everybody up behind him, getting really loose. Whoa, that scared me. I just got sat up in my seat and everything. I was like, whoa, it looks like Logan Rhodes about to go around. It looks like he just got down there on that apron just a little bit. As we're coming to 29 laps to go, this is where everything's going to start getting interesting. We're going to start seeing these pit cycles. It's going to start changing everything up. Everybody's going to have to talk together and try to figure out what's pit, when they want to pit, when they want to go, when they want to pass everybody. It's just going to have to be a work net right now. And this is whenever it's going to come down to go time. Is right now that 27 and that 51 of Bradley Wilson, they just got caught by Stoney Benfield and that 88 machine of David Salter, so we should see a tear start happening now. Once this 43 of James Morgan gets tucked in behind them, you should see this 51 start leading a head of steam to catch up to this front pack, because like we said, they should be going down pit lane here in the next 10 to 11 laps I've got estimated right now on my notepad. So maybe another 10 or 11 laps. Well, we'll say about 9 to 10 laps now. That's when I estimate about lap 80. So 80, 81. So that's when we're looking at right now. So Logan Rhodes still out in the lead, though. Got a little bit of a separation from him and that 82 at Ed DeBauer. So, that's going to slow that front pack down just a little bit. But like we said, right now, Bradley Wilson, he's got that 88 and that he's got that 88 of the 88 of David Salter and Stoney Benfield behind him now. So they should, if they get tucked up, they should be able to catch them before this race is over.
Be able to. They are 13 seconds back currently from the lead cars, so got a lot of work to do, man, and they're going to have to really, really, really push if they want to get their way back up there. But right now, that is your lead pack here. Logan Rhodes, Ed DeBauer, Jimmy Green, Robbie Bice, Charles Gurick, and Stan Mayberry. That 3 of Josh Carver, currently the last car on the lead lap. He is trying to just hold on to the lead lap up there. He is leading the lead pack, but it's really just holding on because he's got a teammate behind him, and I'm pretty sure Logan's saying, hey, let me use you up for that gas saving, buddy. So we're getting to the closing stage of this lap. Or this race, 25 to go this next time by. We'll see definitely how these guys start to manage. As I say that, we've got action down pit road, Chris. Ray Bice, Charles Gurick, Stan Mayberry down pit road here at lap number 74, coming to 75.
Yeah, we'll see if David Salter and co decide to come down as well, as you see the 88 and the 75 getting it slowed up. Whoa, the 75 going in a little hot. They're going to get it slowed up, though. So, yeah, you're going to see Team Wolfpack get it slowed down, get it woed up. They're going to try to get together and push to the end. So, right now, Logan Rhodes, he's going to still stay out in the lead. But like we said, he's got the 3 in front of him. So he is not on the, if he was to go down pit lane, he would probably lose a lap, but he probably will just go with them so he can stay with the pack. Right now, you've got Ed DeBauer, Jimmy Green, and Logan Rhodes all pushing together with the 3 of Josh Carver in front of them. So the Rev Esports guys, they are still out here. You see Stoney Benfield on his way out now. David Salter, Robbie Bice, they need to get caught up, get back together, as it looks like David Salter, oh, he's a little far back from everybody. See right now the separation between Bradley Wilson and Jimmy Green, a 15-second gap between them two. So Bradley Wilson's still in it. He's got that 27 of William Brown still on his back bumper. Nick Cannon, Casey Collenbach coming down pit lane right now. So the pit cycles are starting to go through. Right back on board here with Logan Rhodes. He's going to decide to go around one more time at least. So Joshua, what do you think is gonna? How do you think this is gonna work? Do you think the Wolfpack guys are gonna be able to get together and push, or do you think there's too much separation between them?
Right now, they're sitting about 43 seconds away from the lead. Average lap time around here in the draft, about 47, 48 seconds. So if they just keep pushing, it looks like David Salter might have gotten a speeding penalty back down pit road. But if they just keep pushing here, keep staying aggressive, keep locked up, these guys are going to have to pit eventually. And the more and more they spread it out, the more and more they're going to lose time probably. So we'll see. I think those Wolfpack guys might have them covered, but it's going to be close here in this last couple laps.
Yeah, as you see right now, you've got Charles Gurick, Stan Mayberry, and Robbie Bice all pushing together. They are starting to catch up with the pack that's in front of them. He's got a teammate of Patrick Ginter in front of them. That's going to be the next spot. You see right now, Logan Rhodes still staying out. Whoa, as you see, maybe a little bit of a push there from the 88. I mean, excuse me, the 8 machine. The 88 is going to stay to that inside lane. They're all going to take that high lane. It's going to be interesting to see how long they decide to stay out. We know that 3 machine, he's got to be lower on fuel than everybody else.
Josh Carver did pit on lap number 49, same as the guys behind him, but he's been out in the lead for so long here. Yeah, Chris, you are correct. He's going to definitely be lower on fuel than these guys, so I'm assuming that that's going to dictate when they pit as well. Those are the Rev Esports guys right there. Just seeing if they just decide to all go down as the 4 unit or if they split it up here. But right now, I'm just excited to see how this is going to transition out with the Wolfpack guys. I mean, this is realistically, the pit road right now with these next-gen cars on these Superspeedway tracks might be where all the action is currently. And, not trying to be a Debbie Dowder. They'll get it fixed out and tuned up. So right now we're just looking at a race of fruition, a race of, guys really trying to get out there and hit their marks everywhere on the racetrack. And that's what it looks like it's going to be tonight. Is it looks like 12 Austin Rhodes making his way out of pit road currently, as you see that little bit of a pack go by him. Patrick Ginter involved in that pack. As we go back up here on board with your lead, still got Logan Rhodes out in the lead. Scrappy looking to pick up win number 3 as we are hitting 20 to go this next time by.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I'm starting to wonder when they're gonna come down pit lane. It's starting to come up to 20 to go. So you're starting to wonder. They've got a little bit more of a pack of everybody than everybody else does. Because right now the Wolfpack guys, they only have a pack of 3, and the Rev guys, they have a pack of 4 with the addition of Salter behind them. So they definitely have a lot more momentum than everybody else out on track. As you see right now, everybody's just kind of in a 2 and 3 pack tandem. Right now, that the Rev guys, they have the best formation, at least with the amount of cars. So if they are able to stay out on the track, you might see that. I was also thinking, I was wondering if Carver was going to try to tuck back to the back and maybe caution's out. William Brown, Stoney Benfield.
Of these two drivers is the Sparkle Unicorn. The 811 dig car of Stoney Benfield are going to catch, the Wolfpack guy going to collect him get collected up there. But they just collected that 75 of Stony Benfield. Looks like Stony opened the door up a little bit. William, maybe got the run to the inside. That dirty air makes the car do some things sometimes maybe that you don't want it to. As we look on that back bumper, you see William getting the run. That Stony Benfield machine a little bit below the apron with the two wheels there. He comes up behind him and just collects him right there, and it's going to get both of them into a little bit of a situation, but Stony Benfield going to get the brunt of it. He's going to hit that wall, and William Brown going to get locked up, not going to take any damage, it looks like. And unfortunate for Stony Benfield, man, that's going to be a wrecked race car here with 20 to go.
Well, that definitely does change everything up. Josh Carver going to get to go a round. Whoa, did you see the 22 there? Chad Hitchcock.
This will promote should promote Charles Gurick to the lead. Bradley Wilson may come in. Doesn't look like he is, though. Oh, yeah, he is. Excuse me. There he is. He was just a little late. But, yeah, this should promote Charles Gurick to the lead. Stan Mayberry, Robbie Bice, Josh Carver, Nick Cannon, Stony Benfield, William Brown, Case Collenbeck, James Morgan, Shane Weldon Sr. All those guys are currently the guys still out. But it looks like Josh Carver, William Brown, and James Morgan. But Josh Carver is going to stay out. That's an interesting call. He might still be out on the track, though.
20 laps to go. We're racking them back up. Things are about to get wild.
Man, hopefully they've been saving all that energy for the late part of the race. I mean, this has been one of those just Superspeedway races where it's really like, man, I think we got to come back with a different plan next time. Is woo, Stan's going to get caught up there in fashion. As we'll see these boys get racked back up. Chris, you all right, man? It's going to be fun. It's going to be Charles Gurick in the lead, Stan Mayberry in second, Robbie Bice third, Logan Rhodes fourth, Jimmy Green fifth, Ed DeBauer sixth, Bradley Wilson seventh, Josh Carver making his way out of pit road, should line up eighth. He will. It says Nick Cannon's moving his way down pit road in ninth place with Stony Benfield, who's in that 10th spot, or Stony Benfield in 10th. Excuse me. Casey Collenbeck going to be in 11th. Bryant Seaborn 12th. William Brown going to be in that 4th spot. Or William Brown going to be in that 13th spot. I looked at William Brown the 4th. I'm so sorry. Shane Weldon Sr. going to be in 14th currently. Ginter in 15th. Morgan in 16th. Salter in 17th. And down pit road for over 2 minutes now is going to be Brian Chu. And that's going to round out your current field on the track. But well, we're going to go ahead and bring up that 88 of David Salter. Chris wants to have a word with him. We'll see what that 88 has to say. David Salter, Chris, and Josh up in the full throttle booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Chris, you said you had a question for him?
Yeah, hey, David, saw you had a little bit of an incident there whenever you came down for that pit stop. What happened? We saw you go down pit lane, and then you had to come back down pit lane. Did you have some kind of penalty?
According to iRacing, it said I sped, so I had to be held for 15 seconds, which I'm not in agreement with, but nothing we can really do.
10-4. I just saw you had to go back down pit lane. I was just gonna pull you up here and have a word with you, see how the car was feeling, and figure out what happened.
Car feels good. I just got to get back up. Got to hopefully get one more caution, get it back on the lead lap, and go battle for the win. So I don't, we'll see how it plays out.
10-4. We'll go ahead and throw you back down there. Have a good luck in the rest of your race, man.
Thank you.
All right, and that was David Salter. And, man, it's it's going to be interesting to see here in this closing section of the race, Chris, what these drivers now are going to do. We're going to have some drivers racked back up, a lot of lead lap guys now here in this pack together, and now it's going to be fun. I think this is where the fun begins. Hopefully we get a good even restart from all these guys, get them stacked back up good, and we get a good run to the finish here. I would love to see some two-wide racing.
Yeah, one of the things that's going to be very interesting from this is now the gloves are about to get just thrown off. About to throw the gloves off, and we're going to start duking it out here. So, you're going to see that outside lane start pushing up. We might see a couple of wrecks. You might even see the big one here in the next couple of laps.
Pace light's going to be off as it brings Charles Gurick and that 68 mellow yellow machine of Stan Mayberry through the turns 3 and 4 here, as it's going to take that left turn here in just a moment. Talladega's restart zone very, very far up the racetrack, as you're going to get these guys stacked back up here. Logan Rhodes going to drive it right up to that back bumper of Stan Mayberry. He's got Roddy Bice in that inside lane. Jimmy Green, Ed DeBauer, Bradley Wilson, and Josh Carver. We'll see how they do here. 15 laps to go when we hit the stripe. We'll see if these drivers are going to duke it out. Are they going to go back single file? What is going to happen as we come through the tri-oval to hit the restart zone? We are back green at Talladega. Here we go. It's going to be a start from that 76 Charles Gurick. Stan Mayberry going to go to the inside lane. Here comes the end of Logan Road as well. That 82 looks like he's going to stay to the outside lane. Josh Carver going to push. Here we go. We've got the outside lane early. No, we don't. The 82 going to go to the inside lane. Take that position from the 28 of Robbie Bison. Here goes the 3 machine. Looks like he's going to hang to the outside lane. Now here comes Jimmy Green. He's going to get right up to that back bumper, and it looks like we're going to have a Rev Esports 1-2-3 on that outside lane as they're going to try to get it rolling here at lap number 85. Coming to lap number 86 this next time by. It looks like that outside lane already losing some momentum, but 3 of Josh Carver giving a big push to that 82. And Robbie Bice loose for a moment. He had his hands full there for a second. He's going to gather it back up. This outside lane looks like it's already fallen off here, Chris.
I was about to say, it looks like that outside lane just does not want to work. You see the 8 of Logan Rhodes, he's going to pull out, so that's going to even out the cars. So you might, whoa, as you see the 3 of Josh Carver getting into the back bumper there of the 82 of Ed DeBauer, so almost sent around that 82 of Ed DeBauer. He's going to have to check up. Whoa, got a big wreck.
The big wreck.
Yeah, I saw the 82 of Ed DeBauer just getting bumped there, and then all of a sudden he just went wide, so we're going to go back and watch that replay. You see Logan Rhodes getting down there on the bottom. Him and Charles Gurick, they're going to door bang right there. That's going to send...
Mayberry, Robbie Bice, though.
Yeah,
they're going to make it through. Maybe. They got loose after the fact, but they made it through.
Charles Gurick gets up into the 82 Ed
Carver
DeBauer.
got a little bit of contact. Oh, he's who hit Bradley Wilson, yeah.
Into Bradley Wilson. 23 of Jimmy Green. Looks like he's going to be able to make it through it. And then you see it getting all stacked up behind him. See 38. Oh, the 14 going through the grass. Looks like he's going to make it through. 43. 43 of James Morgan going to make it through.
Took some rear damage, though.
Yeah, so we saw that outside lane. It looks like the outside lane was about to start coming alive, and then it just kind of fell apart. And then you see what happens there. Everybody just going around, but that's going to promote Stan Mayberry and that 28 of Robbie Bice up into that front position. But it looks like Josh Carver, Bradley Wilson, Logan Rhodes, all those drivers that were in that wreck, going to have to come down and do a little bit of damage assessment. Get those race cars banged out with a couple of hammers. So as we see a little bit of damage there on that right front of that 8 of Scrappy. So right now, if you're that 68 of Stan Mayberry, you're like, whoa, I think I need to go change my underwear now.
Yeah, for real, Robbie Bice as well, man. They snuck through it. It's gonna promote him to the lead, Chris. We know these boys know how to get it down to the super speedways. Jimmy Green, and look who's back up in it, Chris. At 20 and Nick Cannon. Casey Collin back as well. I don't know where he's currently sitting at. Can we go back and see the contact from a different angle of the 76 and 8? We really haven't gotten a great shot of it so far, and I would like to see what ensued to that contact. I saw he got the inside run, the 8. Looks like he had 2 left sides on the yellow. Watch it from Stan's perspective.
It looks like Charles comes down just a little bit. The 8 is going to get into the door of the 76. You see Logan Rhodes getting really loose down there. And Charles is already loose. He's going to, almost come up into that 68, but you're going to see everybody just, and then the 76 just gets really loose there, shoots up into Ed DeBauer, and then you see Ed DeBauer spinning like a top up there. That's unfortunate, but then Bradley Wilson just, really big door bang there.
Man, are we going to have any survivors tonight, Chris? Big shot there. Go on board with Ed DeBauer as well. I'd like to see him take that outside wall shot from like a, in-car camera or something. I don't know. That'd be man. Imagine being in VR and having that happen to you. We'll go on board here to the helmet cam by NC811 Dig. Helmet cam right here as you're riding on board with Ed DeBauer. Yeah. Oh,
That's
man.
just how quick it happens.
I would have closed my eyes, man, once I saw that 76 of Charles Gurick come up. Closed my eyes, hands off the wheel, and I'd have opened them when I heard the race car come to a dead stop. I don't care who I'm hitting after or what. Big move there by the 82 as well before. How's it going, fellas? And, man, not going so well for you now, Bradley. Unfortunate for that 51 machine. You'll see on board here with him. That's where he took the contact from Josh Carver, and then he takes more contact down to the grass, back onto the apron here. And as we get ready to go back live here, we are getting ready to go back green. As it's going to be that 68 of Stan Mayberry, 28 of Robbie Bice, trying to bring that Texaco Haviland Ford Mustang back to victory lane where it hasn't been in a very long time. He wants to be the guy to bring that Haviland Ford Mustang back to victory lane here in the beautiful, beautiful state of Alabama in Talladega.
Roll Tide.
Josh Carver's got big front end damage.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of hurt race cars out here right now.
It'll be 11 to go when we come back as we're getting ready to go green here at the Ricky Bobby 100. Full Throttle Cup Series Next Gen race cars about to go back to the green flag as that Iverson pace car going to roll its way off the track, and they're going to get ready to go green here in just a moment as the restart zone up and around the tri-oval as you roll for a second here at Talladega. But Stan Mayberry, Robbie Bice going to bring us back to green. We'll see what Robbie has in store for his teammate here that's on the inside lane as they're going to get off to a good restart. Looks like Robbie is just going to tuck behind him. He's going to push that 68 of Stan Mayberry.
Yeah, you're going to see Stan Mayberry get out to a really good jump here, and the 28 is going to tuck in. But, you know, you saw that outside lane not work, so they're going to have more than 3 cars on that outside lane for it to come alive, because once this inside lane gets about 4 or 5 cars, you're not going to be able to keep that momentum on that outside lane. So right now, if Stan can stay out in the front, he might walk away with this.
Is Robbie going for the move?
As you see Jimmy Green making a move on the outside.
Yeah, and right now they're 2x2. This outside lane could work for the moment, but it looks like it's going to stall out real quick here as that run starting to come up. It looks like they are going to file back in. Jimmy going to move back to that inside lane. Coming to 10 to go this time by. Will we start seeing these drivers get aggressive? And how many of them are committed to going to that outside lane to try to make up to that lead?
Yeah, you see the 84, Casey Collenbach, he's trying to poke that nose out, trying to tell Jimmy, hey, man, let's go, I got this, let's do it. But, you know, Jimmy, he's seen that outside lane start falling apart, so, you know, you're wondering how long that 23 and that 84 are going to stay on that outside, or that inside lane, because the 51 and the 14, also one of those drivers that they want to get out here in the front and win. You know, Bradley Wilson, he's not unaware of how it feels to win, but he really wants to get another one. And Bryton Seaborn, he's looking for another one. But right now, you got Stoney Benfield and Josh Carver, Nick Cannon, Logan Rhodes all behind him as well. William Brown back on the lead lap, so the 27 machine is back there as well. We're still riding on board here with the 23 of Jimmy Green, 68 of Stan Mayberry out in the lead. So we have got 10 laps to go, 9 laps at the stripe. So this is about to get interesting.
We'll see if any of these guys decide to hop out of line, decide to try to work together. I mean, this is the race for the win coming up here. We were talking about it earlier in the race. No laps matter until you get to these last laps. So we're going to see what is going to fold out here. If these drivers are going to try to work together, go to that outside lane, what is going to happen? How is it going to happen? And who is going to be the one to do it? I mean, are we just going to stay stagnant the way we are? I mean, we've seen this single file for majority of the race, basically all the race, only double file on the restart. So we'll see what's going to happen here. Currently, Stan Mayberry looking to pick up his first win of the Next Gen Series. I want to say first win on the platform. Should be a sweet win for him. And then you got Robbie Bice behind him, who also would very well, I'm sure, love to pick up this win here as well. So we'll see what we've got rolling here. Lap 93, 8 to go.
Yeah, you're going to have to see a lot of forming up on that outside lane. Like I was saying, you know, you had that, just 2 or 3 cars on that outside lane is not going to work. You're going to have 4 or more on that outside lane for it to work. So it's going to have to come down to, they're going to have to hope for cautions and get a good jump on the lane, or this could be the way it finishes right now. Unless Robbie Bice gets all out of sorts there, which it looks like he is. He's going to open up the door for the 23. It looks like Jimmy Green just going to back off just enough to let that 28 get back into line. But, whoa, this is starting to get interesting.
7 to go. So we're going to see these drivers now keep extending that aggressive level. What are you willing to do to win here at Talladega tonight? You know, some drivers say records are checkers, baby. Is anybody willing to try to put the bumper to somebody if they get close enough? Try to get them all out of proportion to get themselves to the win here. What is going to happen is 6 laps to go next time by. And Chris, that 68 of Stan Mayberry looking for career win number 1 here in the Next Gen Series. It would be awesome to see that mellow yellow machine do what many dream of on the platform and pick up a, granted, beautiful, beautiful league of victory. We'll see if the 68 of Stan Mayberry has what it takes to hold these boys up behind him. 6 laps to go this next time by.
Yeah, right now his best bet is he has that 28 machine behind him. He can throw some blocks. You see that 23 machine looks like he's trying to tuck out to that outside lane, trying to say, hey boys, we're trying to go, but it doesn't look like anybody's going to go. Like I said, the outside lane's going to have a couple more cars than that inside lane. So let's see who goes. You see the 23 and the 40. 23 and the 84 tuck into that outside lane, but this might actually hurt him.
And you've got to go for it, Chris. There's really nothing else these drivers have left to give. Caution!
Looks like Shane Weldon Sr. So it looks like going into turns 3, looks like that 98 of Shane Weldon Sr. It looks like he opened up the door there just a little bit. Looks like he's got a little bit of front end damage on that car too. So it looks like he peeks out just a little bit, and that opened up the door for Scrappy for just a second. He probably was going to take that inside lane. Shane was like, "Oh, I'm going to go back down there," and then there you go. You see the 8 of Logan Rhodes sending the 98 off of his front bumper.
43 also was given a big shove to that 8, so it doesn't help. The 8 had a rear bumper, full of race cars. So that's probably why he got to that 98. Even heard Logan say that he was pushing the heck out of him, man. So seems like we're just getting to that section of the race where everybody wants to go, even no matter what position it's for. I'm just wondering what is going on inside that 68 machine's head. Stan Mayberry is on the verge of picking up his first win here at Talladega. I'm pretty sure that mellow yellow machine is not feeling so mellow right now. He is maybe a little bit of yellow inside the race suit, but that 68 of Stan Mayberry looking to pick up career win number 1 here. And I know he's got to be very excited to get this race going again. Right, and as we are under caution here, getting ready to go back green, we're going to throw it side by side one more time here tonight as we are getting ready to go back to the green flag here soon. We're going to throw it side by side and get a word from our league sponsor. So enjoy these commercial break from the NC 811 Dig. And remember, call before you dig.
When do you plan on putting in that new fence we've been talking about since last summer?
I guess I could start tomorrow.
Protect the ones you love and protect your buried utilities by contacting 811 before you dig, either by phone, the web, or the NC 811 app. Know what's below before you dig. Visit nc811.org to learn more. If recent storms have caused damage to your property, contact 811 before you begin your cleanup. Buried utilities around uprooted trees can make a bad situation worse if those lines are not located before digging. Electric, natural gas, and internet lines are everywhere, and knowing where they are is the safest way to start any digging project. Call North Carolina 811 by dialing 811 or by using single address ticket on nc811.org or the NC 811 app.
This tree is going to look great here.
Did you call 811 to protect your underground utilities?
I can't wait to see these roses come up.
Dig, dig, dig! Wait, we forgot to call 811.
Before you dig, make sure you can. Call 811 to know what's below. It's up to all of us to protect the ones we love.
All right. We got half a lap before we go green here. Stan Mayberry is going to be coming back to a green-white checkered with Robbie Bice on his outside lane. And I got to say, I'm kind of excited to see this finish because this could be Stan Mayberry's first career win. This could be career number 1 for Stan on the platform. And that would be awesome to see as you got that 28 of Robbie Bice to his outside lane. I'm sure wants the win. We'll see what he's going to do for his teammate, if he's going to be there to help or be there to try to get the win for himself. Bradley Wilson behind them in 3rd place, Jimmy Green in 4th. And then rounding out your top 5 right now is Bryant Seaborn. As we're getting ready to go back to green flag racing, we've got the field stacked back up here as we're getting ready to go green. Coming out of turn number 4 here, as that iRacing pace car going to go left here in just a moment and get its way down pit road. Restart zone is out of the tri-oval. We'll see these boys get back to green here in just a moment.
Yeah, you see the outside lane tucking up. See the 51 of Bradley Wilson. He's sitting on that outside lane. That's who they're going to have to worry about. And that 23 of Jimmy Green. Green flag, green flag, green flag. Stan Mayberry and Robbie Bice out to a good jump. You should see that 28 fall back in line behind that 68. 2 laps to go. Looks like that 51 is going to get hung out on the outside lane. He's going to dive it down in.
I think his motor just blew.
Whoa, Robbie Bice getting out of sorts there.
He's going to rejoin the track on the inside lane, but he's going to lose the position to Jimmy Green. As they come out of turn number 4, Stan Mayberry can see the white flag a-waving. Will he get it and make this race official? White flag, Stan Mayberry. On that yellow line, Stan Mayberry, you better block with everything you've got. Will these boys come to the outside lane? Jimmy Green's peeking. Stand to the outside. Here comes Bradley Wilson. 28 Tetsko Haviland. It's going to be a 2-wide race to the finish. There goes Jimmy Green to the lead.
It's still anybody's ball game. 68 getting a good run.
28 bumper. Who will it be? Jimmy Green going to pick up the win. Stan Mayberry second with Robbie Bice. Man, unfortunate for Stan Mayberry. He was looking for career win number 1, but Jimmy Green going to pick up the win here at Talladega. Jimmy Green is going to pick up the win here tonight. As I'm pretty sure me and Jimmy Green, Chris, he is excited to be picking up that victory. And it's the one lap that mattered for Jimmy. The white flag lap and coming to that checkered. He is going to grab the win here at Talladega.
Yeah, you saw that little bit of a bump to Robbie Bice. Got him all out of sorts. Sent him down below the yellow line. He did rejoin. You saw him you saw Robbie Bice get up to that back bumper, but Jimmy Green had already had the damage was done. He did get around it. set up that pit, got around the 68 of Stan Mayberry, and went out to the lead and took it home in fashion. So that 23 of Jimmy Green burning it down.
Good win for Jimmy Green. Unfortunate for Stan, man. He the run game to him when he just didn't need it to. You can go through your post-race results here as we are waiting for your competitors to get into victory circle. So we're going to have a word with your top three. As it's going to be Jimmy Green picking up the win here tonight. Stan Mayberry in that second spot. Robbie Bice in third. With Stoney Benfield in fourth. Bryant Seaborn in fifth. Bradley Wilson going to be coming home in sixth here tonight. Nick Cannon in seventh with William Brown in eighth. David Salter, after all the mess that he was through, going to still get a top 10 out of it. He's going to come home ninth. Logan Rhodes, who led a lot of these laps here tonight, he is going to come home 10th. Then it's going to be Casey Collenbach in that 11th spot. James Morgan in that 12th position. Shane Weldon Sr. coming home 13th tonight with Josh Carver in 14th after a blown motor there in the white flag or the green-white checkered. Then it's going to be Brian Chu in 15th. Ed Bauer in 16th. Patrick Ginter 17th. Charles Gurick 18th. Chad Hitchcock going to finish 19th with Austin Rhodes 20th. Dan Gallant 21st. Matthew Fitz 22nd. Joshua Abbey going to finish 23rd with Colin Forster 24th. AJ Green 25th. Jonathan Coombs 26th. And Clayton Kincart going to round out your field in that 27th position. But yeah, we saw a good race here at Talladega. A lot of single file. And it looks like Jimmy Green not going to be doing an interview, our winner here tonight. So we'll see if we're getting an interview with Stan or Robbie, the two Wolfpack guys. And yeah, other than that, we'll see if we got any post-race interviews coming your way in just a moment.
All right, so getting word that Jimmy Green will not be giving an interview, getting everybody set into the interview booth, and then we'll get everything taken care of.
All right, Chris, going to go ahead and bring in third place finisher Robbie Bice. Have a word with him and see what he's got to say. Robbie Bice, third place finisher here tonight, buddy, at Talladega. Number one, how you feeling after that podium finish? And walk us through what you feel like maybe some aerodynamic changes or something made to these next-gen cars on the platform. Feel like we had a lot of single-file racing out there. Was the too wide just not feeling comfortable tonight? Or what was you guys seeing out there that just made you stay single-file for so long?
Yeah, I just wanted to stay single file and race to the end. I knew if we pulled out that we would go to the back, and then these cars are hard to catch back up. So our plan was to stay single file, stay together as long as possible, and try to split that last pit stop into 25 lap runs to help us get to the end.
Well, we saw some good pit stop cycles from all you guys, and it seemed like y'all did a very fantastic job out there in the lead, really holding off those boys there at the last lap. Obviously, we saw the last lap pass, but up to then, you and Stan did a very good job up there in that first and second spot, and I just got to say a big shout out to y'all on that. But Robbie, it was good to see you pick up a podium in that that Davies styled Ford Mustang, and just got to say a big congratulations doing it at Talladega. And if you've got any final words, thoughts, or shout outs before we let you go here tonight, you can go ahead and throw them out there.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I just want to take my boys, Wolfpack. I was trying to push Stan to the win there. I wasn't going to leave his bumper, but I got tapped a little bit, and that was racing. So, but yeah, everybody in the channel helped me out, man. They know who they are.
It's all right. Well, Robbie, it was always a pleasure to have a word with you, man, and congrats on the podium. We'll hopefully be hearing from you here eventually, and we'll be seeing you next week.
Thanks, bud.
Thank you. All right, that was Robbie Bice. Gonna go ahead and have a word with Stan Mayberry and see what he's got to say about that second place position. And again, he will be our final interview of the night because of Jimmy Gurick not having not wanting to do an interview here tonight. Stan Mayberry, Chris, and Josh up in the Full Throttle booth. Do you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, it's got to be a little bit disappointing here in that second place position, but you did such a great job up there in the lead until that point. That last lap pass was set up right at the right time, and unfortunately, they did get past you. But Stan, excellent job up till that point. How are you feeling? And take us through. We had a word with Robbie about how the package felt in the 2 wide. Obviously, we saw a lot of single file, but just take us through. How the cars number one felt out there. It seemed like a lot of aerodynamic differences tonight than what we've seen maybe, and earlier iterations of the stock car. Excuse me.
Yeah, I mean it drove well for me tonight. I didn't really have any problems or any issues. It ran well in the draft. Whether I was most of the race, I ran in like 5th or 6th there, just in that pack, and would just stay about a car length off of the car there in front of me because they'd get checked up a little bit there because you couldn't really run full throttle unless you were leading. And then there at the end was in a good position. The caution coming out kind of put us in a little bit of a box there, and then I couldn't tell what happened really behind us. It looked like the guys behind me got together and kind of shuffle things up, and then if you don't have somebody to go with you, you see what happens.
It seems like you were destined to pick up that win here tonight, but that's just unfortunate, Stan. And man, one thing I got to say is, from the first race, I raced with you over in the truck series, all the way up into, now seeing you the progression. I got to say, Stan, you have come a long way, man. You're really starting to look like a threat out here. So, it might be a second place, but don't put the head down, Stan. You are looking very, very solid, man. I'm seeing a lot of consistency start to come out of that 68 machine. Not only in the Cup, man, but in the trucks, and the Xfinity. You are a name that I'm getting here brought up to me a lot, and I just got to say, man, on the progress level, you're one of those guys that I'm looking at as the top guy right now. So good job on the run tonight, Stan, and again, congratulations on all the success you're having here early in your iRacing run, man. And we know you're going to be one of those guys here in the future that's going to be a force to be reckoned with. But Stan, if you've got any final words, thoughts, shout outs, or anything before we let you go here tonight, buddy, you can go ahead and throw them out there.
No, I appreciate what you said there, and appreciate what you guys do for the broadcast, and of course, for NC811.org and Cook's Lawn Care and Major's Garage, and of course Full Throttle. We appreciate being able to come out here and do this each and every week. So,
sir, well, we appreciate being out here watching you guys race, and again, Stan, congratulations on that second place. No, you probably wanted that next position very badly, but man, it's going to be coming to you soon, and I'm sure it's not only going to be one. I'm assuming we're going to be talking multiple wins here eventually for that Stan Mayberry machine. But again, congratulations, buddy. We'll be seeing you next week, and have a good rest of your weekend.
all right, you guys do the same.
All right, and that was Stan Mayberry. Well, Chris, do you have any final words or thoughts before we let the fans go here tonight?
No, just a big shout out to the sponsors, 811 Dig, Cook's Lawn Care, Major Setup Garage. Just appreciate them for coming on board and really helping this league flourish and come alive. To the Full Throttle guys, everybody, every team, every member, every family member, everybody that comments or watches the streams. We do this for you guys, and we couldn't do it without y'all. So we really appreciate everybody that is a part of this, and for us to be able to be a part of this, and just thank you to everybody that's out there on YouTube and Facebook, and everybody in Full Throttle.
Sir, I would pretty much echo the same with what Chris just said. We enjoy your presence in the YouTube and Facebook chat. Glad that you guys did stick on board with us here through this this Talladega race, as we are going to be wrapping it up here tonight from the Full Throttle booth. And just got to say thank you once again. And if you're on that YouTube page, make sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on that notification bell so you know when we go live. If you're on that Facebook, hit the like button, share it out to all your friends, let them know what's Full Throttle's got going on over here. Me and Chris would love to see a bunch of new faces in that chat there next week when we go to Watkins Glen. Other than that, I think that is going to be all from us here in the Full Throttle booth. This is going to be me and Chris signing off, saying good night, and we will see you next week at Watkins Glen.